Hi everyone, I am Muhammad Bilal and you're watching Trendsetters Academy. So now on, I'm developing a course on the web programming for the absolute beginners who really want to learn what really this web development is and how we develop some sort of web applications and some sort of awesome websites. So as a beginner, you must know about the things what really HTML, CSS and JavaScript is. Okay, so today this lecture is basic and introduction about these things what really these HTML, CSS and JavaScript is. So after that we will develop some awesome website there, and I hope you will enjoy this thing. And the other thing is, don't forget to subscribe, and let's start the lecture. This lecture is basically, as I told you before, this is about the introduction of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, because these three things combine and create an awesome web. Okay, so the first thing here is HTML. What really HTML is, it's like we use the HTML to define content of web pages. Okay, whenever you want to write something on website, you see the text present there. So whatever the text is there, we will use some HTML tags there. We use this is markup language. Okay, we will see other detail about this thing. And this is CSS. You use CSS to specify the layout of web pages. If you want to use some sort of layout, you are seeing when you open the web pages, there are some layouts are there. So what really these layouts are and how we handle these things, these things are discussed in CSS. And the last thing is JavaScript. If you JavaScript is basically program to behavior of web pages. Okay, so it's like you created some sort of button, and you want to click on the button, and you want there must be some action performed there. So we use JavaScript there. Okay, so let's start detailed discussion about this thing. So I'm following this Hans Peter Hulsen, this person's lecture. He is so awesome in development, and I found out this lecture is so awesome for the people who are pure beginners who really want to develop the things. So this is about the HTML hypertext markup language. Okay, this is the HTML and the visual appearance of website. Okay, it's used for the visual appearance. It's like what really the website you are going to design, whatever it shows on the screen, it's shown on this. Okay, okay, fine with this thing. Okay, there is a web browser. So this is a web browser language. All web browsers understand HTML. HTML5 is the latest. Okay, maintained by the W3C World Wide Web Consortium. Okay, so here is a simplest formation of HTML. Okay, these are the simple HTML tags here. We will see how these tags are going on and how these things are working there, but here is the fine example. So here it tells us what really the thing is here. This is the first tag, doc type tag. We will say that our document is in HTML form, so we create this tag. The first line written here, this line means that our document, our text field is HTML type. Okay, and the second thing here is we will see here HTML, then a body tag, and this is the HTML tag, and there are few tags are quite not present here, but don't worry about this thing. The main thing here is the body tag. Okay, so what we are saying, our document has the HTML tag, and in HTML tag there is our body here. There is a body of this website is here. Okay, so we are telling this there is some, if we want to place heading 1, we will just put a tag h1 and we say this is my first heading. And if we want to write some sort of paragraph, what we say, this is my first paragraph, and it's just enter a tag and then closing tag, and then it's end here. And there's a body present, closing body tag and closing HTML tag, and then when we run this is the HTML code. Okay, this is HTML code having tags. We call these things greater than and lower than sign. This thing is called tag. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag here. Okay, so every opening tag has its closing tag. Okay, so these are the things here. When we run this thing, when we run this code, what it shows that this is my first heading and my first paragraph here. Okay, we will see as an example here. I just copy this. I'm just going to copy this thing. Okay, I'm just copying this code. And now what I'm going to do, you can do this thing. Now what you will do, you will create here a new text document. Okay, and what you will say, you will say first uh my first web. Fine with this thing, just open it. Okay, and then paste this. Okay, so you paste this, and now what you will do, you just save it as, and now just go on with this thing and just write it like .html. Okay, so now what you do when you save this, okay, when you save this, what it happen, I will just open this, and when you open this with your default browser, now I'm opening with this Firefox, and what you will receive here, you will see here this. Okay, now you are understanding this, my first adding my first page. So these are the tags here. Let me change the thing here. Let me say I want to do some second heading. So you at first you will start with the first tag, and I will see here my second heading, my second heading, and I will put the closing tag. So now I'm not using any sort of IDE here, but later on we will use some IDE and we will move towards the Laravel or Codeigniter, whatever the things there in the advanced formation. Okay, so you are seeing here this thing, and when I just save it and when I just rerun it, and you are seeing here my second heading, my first paragraph, this thing is like that. I hope you understand this thing. Let's move further and we'll see what other things are there. It's so awesome and so exciting, like it's the easy thing here. Okay, and now on, what is the next thing here is HTML page structure. Okay, so HTML page structure, what really the HTML is, as I told you before, HTML, this is the HTML. Okay, and in this HTML, this is our body. Okay, this is, sorry, not our body, this is our page body. Okay, and here we are telling the thing like there's an heading, there's an image, there's a paragraph, there's some sort of lists are present there, so everything is present in this body. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. So let's move further and we'll see what really the other things are. HTML editors, there are some other editors, as I told you, there are some other IDEs where you can use this HTML code and you can run this code. So there are some professional editors, like you can use Dreamweaver, you can use Coffee Cup HTML editor, and there are some other simple editors like Notepad++ or Sublime. For the simple examples in this tutorial, we only need Notepad. Yeah, really, we only need Notepad, not much. Okay, so because today is just the basic thing here. So here you will see, as I told you before, my first HTML web page, there is a tag name and the content and then closing tag. Okay, so there is a starting tag and there is a closing tag. So let's see what it say. The doc type declaration define document type. As I told you, the text between HTML and closing HTML tag describes the web document. The text between body and the closing body describes the visible page content. The text between h1 and closing h1 describes the heading. The text page, paragraph open tag and paragraph closing tag describes paragraph. So this is the thing here. So there are some other hyperlinks here there. Okay, if you want to place some sort of hyperlink, so how you place that hyperlink. Okay, so this is the thing here, how you place this hyperlink. So we'll see, if I copy this hyperlink code, if I copy this, there's a thing present. If I copy this hyperlink here and if I paste it here, and what you do, let me close uh, 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 let me squeeze that text, let me do this thing. So I hope now the thing is clear. Okay, fine. Now what I do, I just place my hyperlink. So you can paste your hyperlink like this. It might be your web page, your some sort of link, like you place, you will see their Facebook links or Google links or whatever, the Instagram links or social media links. So you can place it like this. When I save it, and when I rerun my code, where's my code is, okay, fine. Now you will see here, when I rerun it, like when I refresh it, what you do, this is the link, this is a link, this is a Google link. So you are seeing here, what I write it here is, this is a Google link. Let me write this thing like this, Google. Okay, and when I save it and again I run it, it say this is Google. When I click on this link, what it happens, it opens the Google page. So I hope this thing is awesome. Okay, so let's move further, and I hope these things are clear here. Okay, so let's move further and we'll see what the other things are there. Okay, so let's move. There is an image there. Okay, so awesome. So let's move towards the image. What really the thing is there. So let's move towards the image. So let's move towards the image. This is the what it say. If you want to place an image, there's an image source my image.jpg, and there's some blah blah blah, like it's the description of the image, and you are saying that the width of image is like this and the height of image is this, and what you will do when you use this tag, what it happen, it will show you the image on the screen. So let me copy this image, let me copy this tag and let me paste it here, and I will show you how the thing is going on. Right now I have no image here. Okay, and when I save it, here, what you do, when I just run this thing here, what it happened here, it's a blah 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 blah, but there's no image here. Okay, this means the image is not there. So what I do, I have some image here, and there's some, I got an image of rose here. Okay, so I paste it here, and now what I do here is I just change the name of this image, like what I press my image.jpg. Okay, I just copy this my image, and what I do here is I just rename it as my image. Okay, so now the thing is done here, and now what I do here is when I just save it, I paste it here, and I just change the names what really my image is there. Okay, so what really my image is there, as this is my image present here, the name of my image is my image. Okay, so what I do here is I just change the name here, as you are seeing in this link, in this first link, my image.jpg. Okay, so what it do, it just show me this image as right now you are seeing here the other image smiley.gif, and it show the smiley face here with height and width, this what it's mentioned here. So when I save it and when I run it, right now when I run this thing here, you will see here like my image is shown but the smiley face is not shown. So this means the smiley face, the link is not available from where it gets the image. Okay, so right now it get this image, and when I change the name of this, it's like when I change this smiley image into my this image here, that this is my source, like I want to show this as my source. Okay, and I said this is not the smiley, this is the image of rose. Okay, fine. When I just run it, and you will see here there's a pixels of 2020 height with width, and it shows the image. So this is the thing here, how the image is showing on the screen. Okay, so you can use anywhere where you want to use this thing. So this is your first heading, the second heading, your paragraph, your image, how you're showing, and this is your hyperlink, how you can use your hyperlink there. So let's move further and we'll see what really the other things are there. So there are a few more things here. This is like summarizing the thing about the HTML basic tags. It's like we know how we use this hyperlink. Okay, and we will see the next things there, like how we bold the text. Okay, so if you want to bold the text, just put the b starting tag and ending tag there. Let me show you the thing here. If I want to bold this, as I write this, I am Bilal, web developer, developing web apps. Okay, so if I want to bold my things here, like when I run this code here, you will see when I run this code here, you will see my first paragraph, and then I'm saying I'm Bilal, a web developer developing web apps. I want to say this developing web apps must be in bold formation. So how I write this thing? So for writing this, what you will do here is just write the tag B, and then write this closing tag here B. Okay, so when you just save it, and when you just rerun this code, and you will see here this is your developing web apps, so this is the bold. And if you want to underline it, just write the underline tag. It's like you it's like let me add a tag here. It's like if you want to underline it, just put it u here. Okay, and put the u here. And if you miss the under tag, if you miss the closing tag here, if you miss the closing tag, then there's no change there. Okay, so these are the basic things about HTML, how the HTML is really working, and what really the HTML is. Okay, so these are the things here, like you can write down the headings, how you write the paragraph, and if you want to break the line, if you want to add the text in on the next line, so just add this br tag. It is no closing tag. Okay, just remember the thing, br has no closing tag. So there's a title present there, like if you want to add the title, like this is my title, let me copy this, and you will see here, like if you want to add this title here in your here is the title, and what you'll find out here when you just rerun it, you will see here this is my title. Okay, you are seeing here, so this title, like HTML image tag, HTML try editor, or whatever the titles are present here, these are the things present in title tag. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this thing. This is all about the HTML, and we will see about the CSS and the other stuff in our next lecture. So be with me and hope for the best, and don't forget to subscribe. I really need your subscription. Your subscription really helped me to develop more videos for you and developing more awesome applications there. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Happy coding.